Guys, welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW. And today we're going to go over one extremely important and difficult thing I've had to do in life. All right, guys, so let's jump right on into this. If you've been a subscriber for some time now, you know that I live with one of the philosophies that I live is not living with what if. I don't like to wonder what if. If I have an idea, if I see an opportunity, I like to take it if I can and let it play itself out and see how it turns out. I don't like to live with the what ifs. I'm 35 years old now. Since my 20s up until now, I've done a bunch of different things. I'm talking about a bunch of different things, guys. And the most difficult one, the absolutely most difficult thing I have ever done is what you see up here on these screens. It's trading. It's day trading. And it's not that it's hard to learn the technical aspects of it, or how to like read certain filings. It's not that it's hard to look at a chart and understand. Let me get my mouse here and understand what this purple line is, or what this blue line is, or what these candles are. For those of you that don't know, these are candlesticks. It's not that it's hard to learn, where to enter your stock there and where to put your stop. For those of you that don't know, a stop is kind of like the line in the sand. You're not going to let it go any lower than this, right? That's not hard. It's not hard to learn this. It's not hard to know which ones of these, have a real good press release, real good news. It's really not hard to learn to trade. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. It's not hard to learn a strategy or multiple strategies. It takes time, but it's not hard. You don't need to be a freaking rocket scientist to learn strategies. The hardest part of trading for me has been controlling emotions. Those of you who might be watching who are close friends and family know that I have somewhat a decent control of my emotions. It doesn't mean that I don't feel them. Of course I feel emotions, but I tend to have a little bit more level head than at least the average person that I know on my emotional replies. Sometimes I will catch myself getting emotional on some sort of reply, be it text, email, or in person, or over the phone, whatever it is, verbal. But, everybody has slip-ups, but I try to catch myself and work on it, right? Now, with all that said, the emotions in trading are completely difficult. They're completely different as well. It's your very nature. It's your very nature. When you put money on the line, you don't like to see it go down. You don't like to see it go red. When you gain a little bit of money, you like to grab it and snatch it off the table. You don't, let the winners run. Trading is the most difficult thing in the world for me because it goes against my very human nature when it comes to my emotions. It might be the most difficult thing for you, right? I remember having different emotions as I've gone through my short trading career here. I've had emotions of buying the stock, jumping in, getting into the play, because I doubt my knowledge. I doubt if my buy signal is correct or not. More than often, it's been correct, and I've let the stock go and run without me because I've doubted myself. I've worked on that since, and I don't have that issue anymore for the most part. If I see a good opportunity, if I see something that looks correct to me and the risk reward is proper, then I'll jump into that stock. For example, you could see here on this montage here, I only had 200 shares of RNN to buy. I haven't traded today because I didn't get a trigger, right, to trade. But I only had 200 shares. Why? Because at the time I was looking at it, the stock was trading in a big range, right? So my risk would have been about 20 to 30 cents on the high side. But my potential profit, my reward was 50 cents to $1 a share, right? But because my potential risk was 20 to 30 cents and I didn't want to risk any more than $50 to $60 on the trade, I had to bring down my share size to 200 shares. Oftentimes I'll take a trade with 1,000 shares, 1,500 shares, even 2,000 shares, but it goes on par with my risk on the stock, right? On the chart. Now I can do that because I've been able to control that emotion. Why? I'll take a starter position and I'll add throughout, or I'll take proper share size so that my risk isn't super high, my emotions are in check. Another emotion that I've had was taking profits too early. I'd jump in, I'd have a nice entry, stock would pop 10, 15 cents, 17 cents, and I'd take my profit, only for the stock to move another 50 cents, 75 cents afterwards, full dollar. And I'm left there standing like, damn, why? Right? And make 150 bucks. Nice, right? You would think nice. But then the next day, I wouldn't control my risk and I'd lose 200. And I'd just be churning myself. That happened to me all last summer. So now I'll scale out of my trade. You know, if I'm up X amount, I'll take off 200, 300, 400 shares, 500 shares, depending how many shares I have, you know. I have videos where I've shown that in my trade recaps. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should subscribe so you can watch those and you can see that. Now, as of late, my newest emotion that I've never had before is FOMO, fear of missing out. And I'll show you a good example here on RNN. Let's see here. You can see RNN here pulled in at the bell, set this low at 780s, 785, 86. Right in this candle, when we started getting closer to VWAP up here in the 820s, I felt that FOMO. I felt that fear of missing out. I felt this is going to break through VWAP and go straight to high a day. I should jump in. I didn't, but a week or two ago, I probably would have jumped in and I would have gotten stopped out and I would have taken a bigger loss than I should have, because I would have gotten in here at 820s and I would have gotten stopped out down here like 770, 760. And that would have been a real bad loss. The point is, trading is so hard because when you're wrong, there's no one around you, you know, to help you out. There's no one around you for the most part to lift you up, with the exception of maybe if you're married, your spouse. But there's no one around you, right? You hold yourself accountable. I hate when I'm wrong, especially in trading, but I'll stop out. I won't hold that bag. Trading is the most difficult thing for me that I've ever attempted to do because of the emotions involved. Because there's nothing worse than knowing exactly what you need to do and it not working out. Kind of like when you're putting furniture together and you're going by the instructions and it's not working out, right? Because the instructions are jacked up. Well, you can know how to trade. You can have a world of book knowledge, and if your emotions aren't in control, well then, you really don't have much going for you in the sense of trading, because emotions are absolutely clutch in trading. I've worked on all these emotional issues as far as trading goes. You know, I don't have any fear in buying a stock. I don't have the problem of taking profits too early for the most part, because I scale out of my trades. And ever since I identified that FOMO issue, I've taken control of that. Yesterday I felt it, got up off my desk and walked away for 10 minutes, came back and sat back down. No trades for me yesterday. Nothing really set itself up properly for my strategy. Just like today, nothing's really set up properly for my strategy, so no trades either. I didn't have to get up today off my desk and walk away for 10 minutes. Thank God I was able to control those emotions right here. Why? Because when I saw that, I said to myself, hold on tight, because if it breaks VWAP and we pull back and hold it, that's going to be the trigger to enter. And you're going to still have a 50 cent plus reward with probably about a 20 cent risk, right? Instead of just buying blindly there, marketing in at 820s, only to get stuffed at VWAP. And now, as you can see, we're at 760s. Doesn't mean it's not going to curl and go. Let me move this chart over a little bit. It doesn't mean that it's not going to curl and go. I'll be watching. Chances are there's no trades for me today, though, just because the market isn't feeling right. And one needs to recognize that, control your emotions, and move on. Trading has definitely been the hardest thing that I've ever attempted to do. However, I do not regret a single dollar loss, a single night of sleep loss, or a single tear down my cheek. I do not regret. My worst loss is $600 and something. My best win is $1,150. So I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. And I'm not giving up, because there's no point in me giving up right now. I'm doing extremely well at this point, and I'm controlling these emotions, which has been the hardest part for me. What's the hardest part of trading for you? What's been the hardest thing you've ever had to do? Drop it in the comment section below. Let's chat about it. Remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll catch you on the next one.